Hi, guess what? I'm back, and now I am addressing the ladies. All right, so the previous video I made was business don'ts for men, things, huge mistakes that single men who are entrepreneurs make on a regular basis. Okay, there are some things to consider. So, this video is going to address some of the common mistakes that women make as entrepreneurs. Okay, so stay tuned. If you have not clicked subscribe, go ahead and click subscribe. Thank you for being here, and we're gonna get to it. Let's get started. So basically, this information is based on some things that I have observed in my own experiences in dealing with different people, and you want to avoid these things at all costs. Okay, so stop dating your customers. Do not date your customers. Okay, whenever someone flirts with you, even if you think they are like the best looking, finest, well dressed, most smelling good guy you have ever seen, try to remain as professional as possible. Okay, the reason why is because let's say something happens later on down the road, you cross paths in another life, they will remember that you flirt with your customers. Okay, and if you are currently in business, they will be apprehensive about connecting with a woman like who does that, who is in business, because he will always be insecure about whether or not you are at work flirting with your customers. Okay, something to keep in mind. So another additional issue with flirting with men who you are conducting transactions with is you have to remember, as a woman, nowadays a lot of men are practicing hypergamy, which means they are only committing to and marrying women who are of a higher social class or who make more money than them. Okay, so as a businesswoman, you will attract certain types of men. Okay, so face that up front. It's just gonna be that way, especially if you are in the forefront of your business. Now, if you are behind the scenes and no one knows that you have a secret empire that you're building or have built, and that you're a secret millionaire, that's different. Okay, they don't know. But when you are the face of your business, you have to understand that you are going to attract certain type of men. You're going to attract dusties who just want a come up, but you will also have the potential to attract men of influence who like your energy and want to learn from you. Okay, and that's it. They don't genuinely have a romantic interest in you. I do have a disclaimer. There are exceptions to every rule, but the general practice and what I have seen occur most is not always the exception. You want to try and remain professional at all times. Okay, decide what kind of businesswoman you want to be. Okay, do you want to be the type of businesswoman who goes strictly by the book? Okay, do you want to use your allure and charm to get business or close deals? Okay, sometimes the feminine energy can help you close deals that can't be closed otherwise. And I'm not talking about becoming a super flirt or anything like that, but having a softness about you and knowing when to employ that will assist you greatly, particularly when it comes to sales. Are you the type who's going to have an alter ego where you are one way in business and you are completely different, more yourself in your home life? Okay, you have to decide what type of businesswoman you want to be, and the reason why, and you don't have to agree with me, however, but based on what I have learned in doing business for now over 20 years, is that there are certain ways that women have to conduct themselves, that we have to conduct ourselves in business situations, depending on the industry. It is a male-dominated market, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay, those are just facts. Okay. So are you going to develop an alter ego where you are one way at work and you're completely yourself indifferent away from work? Okay. That takes years to cultivate to a point to where it's effective and does well, for you, and it makes your business and your ventures profitable. But it can be done, depending on your personality style. You have to understand that Business requires a significant amount of masculine energy. Okay, that masculine take charge energy is necessary to an extent, no matter how feminine you are. Okay, otherwise you'll get run over. Okay, so you have to be competitive when it comes to certain things, but in a healthy way that helps promote and build your business and not create a bad energy around what you're doing. So you want to understand that you do not want to pour your internal emotions out on your business out pages. Okay, stop doing that. It's repulsive. Okay, people, your friends are not going to tell you. Your family members, there may be somebody in your life who wants to tell you, and you don't want to hear it from them. Well, I'm a complete stranger. At least hear it from me. Okay, stop pouring out your life story and your personal business on your business pages. Don't do it. Okay, if you need an outlet, start a journal, have a diary, start a blog under a completely different name that is unassociated with your business. If you know that you're prone to doing that, and it's not it's not a judgmental thing. It is strictly business. Don't take this personal. Okay, if you want to grow your business, it's very important that you think about these things, consider them. Okay, I can't tell you what to do. I can only make suggestions based on what I've observed and what I have learned over time. Okay, so stop pouring out your life story and your business and your emotions and personal business onto your business pages. Stop, cut it out. If you've done it, go back, delete all of it, get rid of it off of your business pages, and find another outlet. Get some friends that you can talk to. If you have people around you, associates, friends, and you can't talk to them about those things, or they don't want to hear them, then you may want to consider what you want to do about that. Either finding new friends or talking about those things less and focusing more of your energy on promoting your business. For instance, excellent example. Instead of sitting and taking 30 minutes to complain about, 30 minutes per day to complain about something and share the same story over and over to the same person or different people, spend that 30 minutes focusing on promoting your business and talking about ideas that you have instead. Okay, that will minimize that tendency to want to overshare. If you need to go to counseling, please go to counseling. Okay, I can't determine whether or not you want to go to counseling. That will be something you need to do a self-inventory on. But if you find it difficult to employ the simple steps of not oversharing, and that kind of thing, you may want to consider counseling, because there may be some unresolved trauma. Okay, so do what you need to do. Take care of yourself so that you can be the best you can be. It screams when this happens, when people overshare and pour out their emotions onto social media, that you have no real work-life balance. And I personally feel that nobody cares. If I go and I complain about everything that's going wrong in my life, if I feel that everything is going wrong in my life, nobody really cares. People may give you a temporary relief or pity, or sad face, but nobody truly cares. Okay, they have their own issues going on. So focus that energy that is spent typing out and complaining about those things and venting on finding solutions. Okay, and you will find that your problems will start going down because you're focused more on solutions than focus on the actual problem. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you focus on your problems, that's where your energy is going, into your problems, and more problems are going to be created. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And also, that could be looked at or misconstrued as you seeking attention. Okay, and that totally pulls away from your business and any potential interest in what you have going on. Okay, remember to stay focused. All right, make sure you separate your personal desires from your business goals. Okay, so let's say you sell bath salts. Okay, while it is a trend or a common thing for people to share their own personal stories as they're selling their bath salts, and maybe you have a bath salt for detoxing, and you maybe had a bad diet or a bad habit that created a buildup of toxins in your system, and so you came up with a bath salt to do that, right? It's not fully necessary for you to tell your own personal story. It would be better for the long term for you to share other people's stories and testimonials of your product. And then later, if you start maybe doing TED Talks or people start asking, okay, so what made you come up with this idea? Then sharing, okay? If you overshare too soon, it's like you're forcing yourself on people, and nobody likes to be forced, have anything or anyone forced onto them, okay? So you want to keep that in mind when it comes to telling your story and, your journey. And to be honest, when you have a good product or a good service, people are going to naturally become curious about you as a person, okay? So if you've already spilled the beans about everything in your life, then they don't really have anything to be curious about, and the intrigue is no longer there, okay? So save those conversations for a later date, and make sure what you're sharing with people, make sure they're worthy of having that sacred information. Your information should be sacred, okay? So don't just put it out there, all right? Particularly as a businesswoman, just keep it to yourself. Even if it's great news, sometimes you just have to keep it to yourself, okay? And then share it with those who are in a position to not only receive it, but rejoice with you as well. Okay, you want to develop discipline in every area of your life that you can, okay? Understand that as a woman, most of the time we are judged on looks way more than men are, okay? Not only by men, but by other women as well, okay? So like right now, if a female is watching my video, she's probably looking at my hair, looking at my earrings, looking at my makeup, looking at my chin. I like my chin, but unfortunately somebody's gonna be focused on everything except what I'm saying, okay? That's just how it is. And if you're guilty of it, it's okay. Just make sure you subscribe and like my video. That'll make up for it. But you could be given such great information, and people are just gonna focus on how you look and how you present, okay? So as a woman, you want to invest in your appearance. It will go a long way. Do not, just like I told the guys, do not fall into the trap of flirting with your customers, with your partners or investors, husbands, boyfriends, brothers, their friends, their fathers, sons. Off limits. Do not flirt. Do not flirt. Maintain a professional demeanor. Be soft. Be personable. Be genuine. But flirting, cut it out, okay? So it's unprofessional, and it could reflect badly on you, and overall it could reflect badly on your business. As a social media network owner, I have learned that people are going to try to flirt with you. Don't get sucked into it. It's flattering. It's awesome to be acknowledged for whatever, but don't get sucked into that, and remember to keep it professional at all times. If you don't acquiesce to that, they will usually move on to what is important and what you're focused on. You do not want to gossip about other customers with other customers, okay? In beauty shop, it happens, whatever. I'm not gonna go into that, because if you go to barbershops and beauty shops, you know what it is, okay? So we're not even, I'm not gonna address that. I'm gonna leave that alone, because that's culture, right? But when it comes to like consulting, when you're doing like sales, like face-to-face sales and things like that, you want to try to maintain a professional conversation where you're not talking bad about a previous customer, because what's going to happen is your customer is going to believe that as soon as that deal is closed with you, you're going to go and talk about all the bad things that you perceived or that you experienced with them as well. Even if the deal went great, that will create an insecurity that you don't want with your customers. Learn to discuss business-related things with business-minded people. So if it's another business owner and maybe they're having a similar issue, and it's something you can work together collaboratively and resolve, okay? But you don't want to present any of those issues to your customers, because it's not fair to them, and it puts them in a weird predicament. Okay, so just like I said in my previous video concerning business don'ts for men, do not penalize a man for not being attracted to you or wanting you. Okay, if you know, confident, you're handling your business. As I told the guys, sometimes people are, you know, focused and all they're thinking about is business. They don't respond because they're not thinking about that. Okay. It's hardly personal. It's hardly personal. It could be personal, but 9 times out of 10, it's not personal. You could possibly, like I said, not be his type. You could, they could just be 100% business minded and they don't want to flirt. They're not there to flirt with you. They are there to close a deal, do business, make a sell, or you know, buy something from you, not get a new spouse or boyfriend or whatever it is people do. Okay, so keep that in mind. And don't take it personal. Okay, it's okay to not be someone's type. You get over it, you move on, and you only talk to people who you are their type. Right? You find that out. Just a little sidebar. It's a whole nother video. Don't ever talk to anybody. Don't date anybody if you are not their type. Okay, unless they go over and beyond to let you know that they are truly interested in you. You're gonna be wasting your time if you're not their type. Okay, they could potentially have ulterior motives, and you just want to, you know, avoid any waste of time. All right, so you could have possibly already offended him and he's ruled you completely out, like we will never be anything because XYZ, and that's fine. He has that right to do that and you have to respect it. Okay, just like you have the right to do the same thing and he needs to respect that as well. All right. You may come across as being desperate or easy if you decide to use sexuality to conduct business. You want to be careful of that. If that's the type of business you are in, the industry you're in, that you need to use sexualization, you know, by all means, do it well, do it right though. Okay. If not, you want to avoid being overly sexualized in your appearance and how you come across. You do not want to come off as being desperate, easy in business. Okay. Also remember, just like I told the guys, he just met you. Okay. Even though you know you are the bomb, you can do this, you can do that, you can handle this, you can handle that, you like this, you like that. That's great that you know that, but he just met you. He does not know any of those things about you. So his opinion of you may only be here at eye level, and your opinion of yourself, just like I told the guys, could be way up here, but they have not, you know, been able to make it up there because of time, simple time. They don't know you like that. Okay, so you have to be aware of the fact that they could be rejecting any advances or not act interested because they just don't know you like that. Okay, everybody doesn't just like someone just because they're there. All right, that's actually not very healthy, but it's another video. All right. If any of these points are resonating with you, please click like. If you have any questions about anything that I have talked about so far, please type your questions and I will answer them as quickly as possible. If you decide to use sensuality to get you places, remember that it will only get you so far. Okay. In order to navigate these societal waters, this has been created in our society, but navigating those societal waters can be tricky if you decide to go down that path. Okay, just focus on being a great communicator, being resourceful, being efficient for your customers. That goes a long way. Okay, learn to be tactful, be able to say what you need to say in the most direct, unoffensive manner possible, and people will respect it. Okay, take your emotions out of it, stick with logic, and you will do just fine in that area. So this is a big one, and I addressed this with in the guys video as well. Like, I would not say this if it did not happen. Okay. So like, again, my disclaimer, I am sharing these suggestions and things to consider based on my own personal experiences, what I have experienced in business, and what I have experienced in consulting with and working with others. Don't do it. Do not lose your temper with your customers or potential customers or your partners or your investors. Don't do it. don't do it. If you need to step back and be behind the scenes because you know you have a bad temper and if somebody crosses you, you're gonna give them a piece of your mind. All right. If that's what you do, fine, great. But that does not mix well with business. Okay? I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not here to placate or pretend like that's okay or condone it or, you know, be a cheerleader for people going off on people. Don't do it in business. Okay? You, like I told the guys, you'll be looked at as a loose cannon, overly emotional. You will lose respect. You will lose future business. You will be seen as having no self-control. You will be considered a liability. You don't ever want to be a liability. Not for your own business or for anybody else's business or any partnerships. It will scream that you are out of your element. You cannot handle the pressure with being a boss. Okay. And if you cannot, and you know you cannot, you either find somebody who can be the face of your business and interactions, or try to consider something else, okay? Because that will destroy your reputation, okay? Now, there are situations that you have to check somebody or, put somebody in their place because they're just completely out of pocket. And that's where you become a good communicator and develop tact, all right? That gets you more respect and accolades than a lot of the other methods that people employ to regain or refocus a situation. So learn how to communicate effectively. Be willing to learn your customer on a professional level, and master yourself first, okay? Because you can't dominate, and this goes for anybody. Nobody can dominate anything until they have first dominated and mastered themselves. Also, when it comes to women in business, you need to also remember that there's a time to apply pressure and there's a time to back off. And there's also a time to be completely neutral. Know when those times come and apply pressure, back off, or remain neutral as needed. Okay, if you need further explanation on that, please type a question or make a comment there in the comment box. And be sure to like and subscribe to this video as well if you have not. So remember, know when to apply pressure, know when to fall back, know when to remain neutral in business and transactions and all of these things. You don't want to escalate a situation or de-escalate momentum in certain situations either. So last but not at all least, remember why you're doing it. Remember why you're starting your business. Remember why you are investing in that franchise. Remember what your goals are and hold those close to your heart. Keep them in the forefront of your mind and all of your interactions, all right? Anything that is working against you accomplishing those goals, you want to eliminate it from your vocabulary, from your mind, and from your daily actions, okay? So if you want to be able to have more time with your family, if you want to leave a legacy for your children, you want to be self-insured, you want influence, you want to get noticed by someone, okay? Make sure you have your goals in mind and keep them in the forefront of every interaction and transaction that you make, okay? Even on the rough days, I know it gets tough, you have a bad hair tie, things ain't falling right, your collar, your lapels all jacked up, it keeps messing up on you, but you done already wore it, you're out of the house, and there's nothing you could do about it because you don't keep a little sewing kit. Yes, some people keep sewing kits, but whatever. So you learn over time that you kind of go take things in stride and don't stress. Have fun, enjoy the journey, and the universe, remember that the universe will check us, both male and female, if we use our power to exploit others in a negative way, okay? So be direct, be sure, be certain, and be confident because you got this. I know you do. You got it. All right. Have a wonderful, productive year. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit subscribe and like, and go ahead and check out the video for guys too. I'll post that in the comment section. All right. All right. You got this. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.